JD, that was a fantastic performance on the opening day. Just give us your thoughts on that one.
We're obviously naturally we're going to be pleased with it. We've come to a team obviously who have just obviously come down from National League. We've had a big turnover of players, big recruitment. They've got in some really good players. They're probably one of the teams that's going to be fancy to be, kind of top 7, top 8, and competing in the playoffs and challenging the top boys. So obviously to come away from home, very pleasing, disciplined performance. Pleased with 2 goals obviously as well, and generally throughout the whole of the game where we defended, I thought was excellent as well. So yeah, pleased.
A goal on debut for Alfie Young. He certainly made an impression today.
Yeah, he played really well. He's a talented individual. He's got gives you a bit of calmness on the ball, and he defended his box well. The goal's really good build up. We managed to play a switch and cut back, and then he scored. So yeah, pleased with his performance. I think he goes a long way with the others in the game as well.
Wouldn't be a Chesham game and a Chesham win without a little bit of panic at times. They've obviously come back and equalised.
Yeah.
What was your thoughts at that point? Do you think we go on and win it still?
Yeah, it's just a little bit. Obviously, we thought there was a foul in the corner. Ref's not giving it. It's played an advantage, and we got trapped in the corner. So obviously, we've appealed to say, look, it should be a free kick, and then they've ended up circulating the ball a couple of times, and they've got down the sides and scored. So, we feel the decision obviously could have gone our way. It didn't, they did have a bit of a flurry just before that. I think just where there's boxes going in the box. The problems they cause you is physicality, set pieces, long throws. So you have to adapt to that. And yeah, like I say, we are a little bit disappointed with the goal, but it's a brilliant comeback. To be 1-1 away, you could fold, you could completely go backwards, but the way the boys reacted that was brilliant.
Talked with Muzz on Thursday about getting points away at some of the big boys. Obviously, we've done it first game of the season this year. You must be delighted.
Well, there's more big boys in it than last year. I think we counted 5 that do the whole kind of mornings or full-time hybrids and that. I think we've gone up to 9 this year. So we're playing more of these games away from home. So we need to be tactically, we need to be ready for both of the games. We've done pretty well away from home last year. We had good results at Torquay and Maidstone, etc. So we had some good results. We've got to try and repeat that. Like I say, if we're going to chop the league in half and say, look, there's going to be 9 teams who are going to be, they've got some more contact time, so they've got edges in games. You need to come away and be, really on it with your performance. So today was that. We're pleased with it. We think, like I say, they give you lots of problems, different problems. And when you go to another big boy away from home, they'll give you different problems. So again, it's something that we've got to try and solve.
There's obviously a bit of a selection dilemma for you going into today. You've got a squad of 24. You can only name 18 in the squad. How difficult was that going in? I know everyone's had a good pre-season.
Yeah, I mean, the pre-season we've not had too many knocks or injuries. We've got Dan Bayliss who's injured. Connor Roberts done a fitness test today and failed it. But both we're expecting back sooner rather than later. And then look, there is 3 or 4 that end up being outside the squad. We have planned for a big squad. We are allowed 18 in match day. So naturally, you just carry a couple more players. You do plan for suspensions and injuries, and you look how hard and physical the game was today. I don't know. Lenches had to come off towards the end, and we need to go and assess him just to see. I think it's only minor, but there's lots of contacts and whacks towards the end of the game, so you've got to plan for it. There's lots of games coming up. I know we've got game Tuesday, but we've got game next Saturday, and it goes into Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday, bank holiday Monday. So we're going to need the squads. We're pleased with what we've got in and the recruitment we've done. So we need to build on today's performance and make sure we put it in next week.
And there's 3 debuts in the starting 11 today, and 1 more off the bench in Jira Sule. How important has pre-season been to just get those guys up to speed with how we want to play?
Yeah, it's a good point. I think obviously there was a turnover of 6 players. We lost 6 and we got 6 in. The players we got in, like I say, we're very pleased with. We try to go heavy on the detail and the tactical side, with them without the ball. So we've had 6 weeks with them to try and get that detail into them. There's still loads more we need to try. It's like a bit of a process really in terms of we try to give as much as we can for today, and then as the season goes on, if we can keep everyone together, it's just building that detail and getting those performances in. But we've signed, generally experienced players as well. I know Josh played today. I thought he was excellent. A bit of a younger player, but obviously he needs to buy into the tactical stuff as well, which he has done. So yeah, pleased with everything so far. Obviously, look, the start is, you can get a bit carried away. It's a brilliant result, don't get me wrong, but it's not a start to a season. I think we've always said since we've been at the club, we need to play 6 games and see how many points we get after 6 games. We've always said that. What happens now in the next 5 if we don't pick up results? Then it's not a great start, is it? So we need to home in on the next 5, see who we got. We've got a very difficult game next week with Farnborough. So we'll train Tuesday, Thursday, and prep the boys, and hopefully put in a performance next week.
You mentioned Farnborough next Saturday. It's a team we know incredibly well. I think we've played them a dozen times over the last couple of years. Very different challenge, I guess. Spencer's someone you know well. Looking forward to it?
Yeah. We know a lot of players have obviously played in the Southern South when we played against him, and he's carried them through. And players we played against, he's invested very heavily in his top line. Financially, it looks like he's gone after some top boys, and he's recruited really well in the forward areas. Incredibly difficult. Cliche, I know people say not an easy game in the league, but it just generally isn't. Like, you look at every game and think, how difficult is Farnborough going to be? So Spencer, he's always got a competitive side. He's done brilliant since they've got up into the division, and let's try and put some hard work in this week and put some detail into the boys and see what happens.
Thanks, JD. It was a fantastic 3 points, but as you say, there's a lot more to go this season.
Thank you.